Well, if you ain't right, get right and let your conscience be your guide, because I'm going to play with more heterogeneous, constipolitan, double flavor and unknown quality than usual, so make it light on yourself. A little out of place, a little out of tune. I'm so lost in space, I'm raising the moon, a climbing a wall of a hurricane, still overall, I can't complain. All I wanted was one chance, I let freedom ring. They said I'd have to get a permit, a bunch of tags and everything. I never made it through the red tape, I got this paper hat, I got a job working weekdays. You won't fry with that. I got nothing to lose, I got nothing to gain. It's like a one-way ticket to cruising passing lane. I can't complain. I was talking with my girlfriend, I told her I was stressed. I said I'm going off the deep end. She said, God, for once, give it a rest. We're all waiting in some dugout, thinking we ought to pitch. How you gonna throw a shutout if all you do is bitch? I've got nothing to lose, ain't nothing to gain. It's like a one-way ticket to cruising passing lane. I can't complain. Oh, now I got a brand new dance. I just need one more shot. I just need one last chance. You know I won't get caught. I wanna make my last stand, and this time I can't be bought. Then again, on the other hand, though, how much have you got? I got nothing to lose, baby. Ain't nothing to gain, maybe. Like a one-way ticket to cruise in the passing lane. Can't complain. A little out of place, a little out of tune. So lost in space, racing that moon, climbing the wall of a hurricane, still overall, I can't complain. Hey, how you all? I can't complain. Hello, my friends and neighbors, it's good to see you. My name is Todd Snider. I've been traveling around this great country of ours for these many years, making up this shit and singing it for anyone that will listen to it. Some of the songs are sad, some are funny, some will be sort of short, some will seem like they go on forever, and sometimes I'll ramble on for as many as 18 minutes in between the songs, Mark. 18 minutes. That's like 4 songs, you know? But hey, that's just what you signed up for. Also, there's this one. It's called In the Beginning. I probably should have played it first. Oh, you guys seem particularly stoned out there today. You don't look so great yourselves, to be frank. In the beginning, man wondered to himself, why am I fucking here? And yet, with each asking of this question, the answer would seem less clear. Overwhelmed by fear, distraction took its place, and so it must have been in the world's first shelter that we began the human race to fill up more and more empty space. And oh, how we must have loved the human race. Until one day this one guy says to this other guy, he says, hey man, have you seen that guy over there? Seems like he's got more than anybody else has got, man. To me, that just doesn't seem fair. Well, the second guy agreed with the first guy. Everybody else did too. They all got so worked up that they figured that they knew what they needed to do. They would divide all his shit up among each other after they had killed him, of course. For they could see no real good reason not to just take whatever they wanted to by force. But when they found him, he said, "Hey, wait a minute, fellas, now, I wouldn't kill me just now. Now, you can see I got more than any of y'all ever got. Wouldn't you first at least like to know how?" And with that, well, he had their attention. And with that, he went on loud and clear. He said, "You all know how long we have always wondered. We've wondered why. Why are we even here? Well, today I'm going to tell you about that. I'm going to teach you about suffering and bliss. I'm going to teach you all a little about heaven and hell and the God that gave me all of this." He said, "God gave me all of this because I'm so humble. And he could do the same for you too. But if you are seeking his love and affection, I tell you what you are doing. That's the last thing I do. You see, the good Lord sends killers to hellfire. That's both here and then again eternally. And then the good, well, they live forever in a beautiful heaven. God told me that. He told me personally. So unless you want struggles and heartaches, yes, unless you want troubles and fear, you better find some kind of way to humble yourself. May I suggest helping me clean up a little bit around here? Of course, you know I could pay you a little money for it, but more importantly, the good Lord would see. He would see that you was working humbly for something, and he would reward you the way that he has rewarded me." Well, nobody knew what to do with that information, nor could they prove that what he was saying wasn't true. And since he had what everybody else thought they wanted, well, it seemed like the thing to do. And with that, we've rolled into this future. And ain't it about a son of a bitch to think that we would still need religion to keep the poor from killing the rich? Oh, ooh-wee. Who you gonna trust if you can't trust me? Trust if you can't trust me, babe. Oh, who you gonna trust if you can't trust me, babe? Who you gonna trust if you can't trust me, baby? Alright, 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 alright. Yeah. Ain't that some bullshit? Ain't that some bullshit? Yeah. Good evening, my fellow travelers. Or shall I say this afternoon? It would behoove me audaciously at this juncture in the inauguration to declare this particular congregation the single largest amalgamation of any one particular nation's population to ever receive an invitation to a situation of such enduring magnitude. Forthwith, and notwithstanding any misunderstood grandstanding as it would pertain to the expansion of our national tantrum in such a grand and or irrational fashion, that I would implore you to explore a more tangible interpretation of our national anthem, the likes of which we could plausibly take platinum, if you would turn with me in your hymnals to the book of verbatim, botherations, ad nauseatum. Ain't that some bullshit? Yeah. Ain't that some bullshit? I said it. Ain't that some bullshit? Yes, it's ain't that some of it? When you allow good men to die for your freedom, only later to recall them as having fought for your flag, ooh, that's some bullshit. Henceforth, foreskin and way too many more years before the last first responder ever forgot to remember 7-Eleven, untoward a more perfect reunion of our most effervescent endeavor to linger here forever with or without the express written consent of any nationally resented softball league's best politically motivated, preconditioned intentions to lure your children away from these lives of crime that they are leading out on the streets and lead them to lives of crime that would be taking place indoors. Oh, lives of collusion, the likes of which nobody's ever seen before, depending on your definition of what the word is. Ain't that some bullshit? Ain't that some bullshit? Ain't that some bullshit? Yes, it is. Ain't that some bullshit? I say, read my lips and I will show you my taxes. And by that I mean that if I'm elected, I didn't say none of that shit. Nope. Oh, look at that solo at the end. Oh, shit. Oh. Warren Haynes. Psh. You see that at the end, man? I like having this TV remote so I can check my looks. About time to get this. See, look at that. I earned that. Am I wrong? I'm liking it. That's like my Emmylou Harris years. Remember? You know what? I have a sad announcement that I have to make. And that is that this is going to be our last show. We're going to go, and we're not going to be able to do any shows in February because Brian was involved in a little altercation in D.C. He heard widespread panic and fucking busted ass up there. Came back, so I couldn't even get to the stage, man. The crowd was so dicky, bro. Like Brian. Now he's got a lot of legal troubles. You know, some bands just bring that out in people. Okay, I can tell, though. I'm going to really lay it on you today. I'm just playing all my favorites, really. There's one of my favorites? I almost threw this song out, but for Bert Stein. You know, I got this manager, Bert Stein. I've had him forever. Nobody ever gets to meet him. He's like Charlie from Charlie's Angels, but man, that fucker takes care of me. It helps me with the music more than anything. Like, I was going to throw this song out. I don't know why, but he was like, you have lost your mind. You can hear me all right, right? That's just my funny way of saying, is this thing working? Oh, is this thing on? Is this thing working, baby? Is this thing on? Let me know. One on the hallway of a high school. Was there anywhere USA? There was a bully picking on a different kid. It seemed like every day a pack of back slapping buddies, laughing and backing him all the way. A screaming girlfriend began believing everything he'd say. Lord's this thing working? Is this thing on? Is this thing working? Is this thing on? Then one day this kid that he'd beat up a bunch of times before, he realized to his own surprise, he said, I probably could indeed take more. And with that he hatched the evil plan, gonna make that devil pay. He walked up to him in the middle of the gym and he found the nerve to say, he said, you're gonna hit somebody today, you're gonna have to hit me too. Oh, yeah, you're gonna have to hit me every day, cause now I'm picking on you. As crazy as that might sound right now, I ain't stopping till I get through. It's too late to beg for mercy, there ain't anything you can do about it. Working, this thing on, this thing working, this thing on, all right. Well, that bully, he just laughed and laughed, of course he did, and so did all of his friends. He beat that kid unmercifully for days and days on end. only slightly less impressively, to that girl and all of his friends. Eventually they would secretly start hoping that kid might win. So is this thing working now? Is this thing on? How is this thing working? Is this thing on? I don't know now. You ain't never gonna hear him say this. He thinks nobody know. Winning that battle every day cost our bully the war a long time ago. And of all the scars that he's got to show for every blow that kid sneaks in, the worst one's knowing that tomorrow he's gonna have to fight that fucking kid again. Is this thing working now? Oh, is this thing on yet? Is this thing working now? Is this thing on, baby? Is this working? A little on. Is this thing working? This thing on. Granny, does your dog bite? No, child, no. No, no. I'm gonna stay on this guitar here, play this one for all my East Nashville friends. So many singers over here. Come see us. I say it all the time, but this is the heart of the Americana world right here. And when we get back up and running, we're gonna need you to come see us. And eventually, maybe we'll let people in here. Yeah, we're gonna keep doing these. Hopefully forever. We got a plan to take it on the road and everything. And there's talk of shows coming back. Yeah. Record comes out in April. It's called The First Agnostic Church of Hope and Wonder. It's got Stoner Yodel #1 on it. It's got a song called The Get Together. It's got a song, what other songs do we have? Battle Hymn of the Album. That's a real rocky type, you know? Bum, 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 bum. That's how it goes. Oh, Dolly, I'm hot today. Look at this. This is a song I made up in one typing. They're in East Nashville over here, sometimes if the kids, well, there's a project, you know, they herd all these young poor kids off together, and every once in a while they figure out some way to get over, you know, and they go for it. And so, I mean, I'm all for that kind of shit. But, I mean, to a degree. But this one particular night, there was helicopters over our house. I guess I just condoned, I'm against violence and robbery, for sure. No debate. Don't rob or do violence, right? Took care of that. Should we just quit? Should I just quit? Okay. Helicopters over my house again. We've got these projects that just 2 or 3 blocks from here. They pull these kids over for driving while African. And the ones that got a warrant, they just run off in fear. And so I sit here waiting for the coast to clear. I'm wishing once again I had a gun around here. I turn on my news and what do I hear? Some kid shot the bank up on Gallatin Road. He ran away from the cops while he trying to reload. He beat them up to Eastland Street on feet. And now he's probably reloaded and running down my street. I better turn my alarm on and lock myself in. Helicopters over my house again sometime. You gonna rise above it? Yes, but then sometime you gonna sneak below. Somewhere in between believing in a heaven and facing the devil, you know. This poor kid probably never had a chance to give a fuck. He wouldn't know good luck from a debutante. He's got to find a way like Steve McNair, a young bucker. He's tough luck looking for a prison to haunt. And you can forget getting any kind of job you want. Unless you really wanna work in a fast food restaurant. Who wants to do that? You wanna do that? I wouldn't trade that for my crooked hat, or my gang, or my gun, or my waist full of pagers for a job deep frying shit for richer teenagers. If that's where it's at, and no one's gonna help, hell, how you gonna blame a kid from helping himself? There is a war going on, the poor can't win. Helicopters over my house again sometime. You gonna rise above it sometime. Got to sink below somewhere in between believing in heaven and facing the devil you know. Shining lights in the bushes. I don't see how this kid is supposed to get very far unless he finds a way to make it back over to Berry Street, and he can't do that unless he steals a car. Man, the way things are, it just don't seem right. It's always white people talking about hope and light. There ain't no hope in Sam Levy. It's just guns and drugs. We ain't building bridges, no, we're just training thugs. And then I hear this terrifying kick at my back door. In walks this kid. I say, hey, I've seen this kid before. I see him all the time down at that bar on Woodland Street. He's bleeding in my kitchen, tracking blood off his feet. He's looking at me like I'm gonna help him or die, until he sees in my eyes that I'm on his side. I hand him my keys. I say, you better move fast. There's a J in the ashtray and plenty of gas. He told me the cash. He said, I'll be back for this. I said, well, don't be surprised that there's a little bit of it missing. I seen him go teeth with a big old grin. He said, we talk about that when I see you again. He shook my hand, shook his back. Felt like I was about to have a heart attack, until he finally drove away. I thought, God damn, helicopters over my house again sometime. But you gonna rise above it sometime. We're sinking below somewhere in between believing in heaven and facing the devil you know. Yeah, facing the devil you know. Man, we made that up. I had all those words. I typed them in one sitting and tried them out like I was going to do a Chuck Berry song. Tommy was there. Tommy Womack was there. And we just sat on that one. If you're a musician at home, it's like the only way, you know, if you have to memorize the song if you're on the thing, or learn it stop. Well, you have to learn the words. Because it's all janked up in there. I couldn't make it all fit the same way all the time. I'm going to switch guitars now. I hope you're having a good time at home, man. This is the 45th show in a row. I don't think I've ever showed up 40 times. It was that many times. I don't think I've ever pulled off anything like that. You know, maybe. Anyway, this was Kent Finley's guitar. I'm going to just keep playing my favorite ones. This one, sometimes this one's my favorite. Low gray clouds rolling over my head. I'm walking up a hill to get my fortune read. I can still take rejection, but it's getting harder to do. I wish I could show you how you've hurt me in a way that wouldn't hurt you too. Tennis shoes hanging from a telephone wire. I got a little money, I could get a little higher. I was alright for a while, but you know how that goes. Everything in moderation, including moderation, I suppose. I never did like the people where I was employed. They were always out to get me because I'm paranoid. Now I'm working for myself. Ooh, and I don't pay a lousy dime. If what we're here to do is learn to forgive, I'm gonna need more time. Too soon to tell. Too soon to tell. Too soon to tell. By and by, Lord, it's just too soon to tell what's gonna happen to you when you die. Too soon to tell what we will ever avenge. They say that living well is the best revenge. I say bullshit. The best revenge is revenge. Lord, oh Lord, this isn't over, no, no, we're going to meet again. And then I said, good Lord, if you're still up there, you've sure got some nerve. It seemed like even the wicked, we get worse than we deserve. We're afraid to die, every goddamned one of us. I swear to God, it's like you're making fun of us. Not worth keeping or too good to keep, that's it. If you've got a better secret than that, keep it from me. And if you're so God Almighty, well then, what's with all this mystery? Yes, I would love to trust you, buddy, but you're clearly keeping secrets from me. Too soon to tell. Too soon to tell. Too soon to tell. By and by. Too soon to tell what's gonna happen to you when you die. Well, then play some, alright. Tell you that I was at that fortune teller's up on the second floor. In bright red letters hanging right there off of her door, it said closed. I think it might have been a sign. I see, don't give up on me, baby. I think I could be losing my mind. I have just met too many people. I love them all too much. They're scattered all over this whole country. I could never possibly stay in touch with all of them. I'm traveling. Almost forever, it seems. You too, you'll wake up one of these mornings and you also have a lot more memories than you've got dreams. Low-grade clouds rolling over my head. I'm walking down this hill without my fortune read. I can still take rejection, but Lord, it's getting harder to do. I wish I could show you how you hurt me in a way that wouldn't hurt you too. Wish I could show you how you hurt me in a way that wouldn't hurt you too. Boy, Brooke, I'm sorry to go so low on your first gig. right? I hadn't thought about that. Joe, who's here, helped us make our record and brought his girlfriend Brooke, who we all got to meet today. Nice to meet you. I'll get to some of the more up-tempo positives. My motto is, if you don't have something nice to say about somebody, come sit by me. This song, let me see if there it is. I made this up on Evergreen Terrace in Memphis like many years ago. And then I had that. And I'd made up tons of words. And then I started going through a divorce. Last year, I was turning into a bit of a spreadhead. I was in the Hardworking Americans, and I was playing this, and Neil Casal, we were on some beach, and he came up and said, "What's that?" And he showed me how I could make a chorus, and I made it up about I was just driving. I think I was going up to Asheville to see Widespread, and I just made this up. Is that right? Why is it so elusive to me? I think it's there. Redneck speedball, way too highway. The needle is broken, there ain't no telling on the gas. A highway dog plays a Russian roulette in and out of the sun under the overpass. Oh, oh. Why on earth they say only heaven knows why we turn every last word ever heard on each other over where everybody goes. I know, I think therefore I am because I am also I thought I was. When in Rome they say shoot Roman candles that way, nobody thinks you're crazy. Passing it back and forth like a 5th of July. I realize I can't tell you what you tell yourself. But if we're still not what you thought you wanted, well then you can't deny it, baby, we were something else. Oh, 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 my love. Why on earth they say only heaven knows why we turn every last word ever heard on each other over where everybody goes. I know, I think therefore I am because I am also I thought I was. When in Rome they say shoot Roman candles that way, and nobody thinks you're crazy. Leaving the ones that we fell for, we leave what we just can't believe that they become. Leaving, I don't mind as much as getting left behind. Why on earth But they say only heaven knows. While we turn every last word ever heard on each other over where everybody goes. I know I think therefore I am, because I am also I thought I was. When in Rome they say shoot Roman candles that way. Yeah, 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 nobody thinks you're crazy. Ah, wow. I don't think I've ever fucked up a song like that bad. And I think everyone should just stop and rewind and see if they can pull together what just happened there. That might have been the best performance of anything. Did you see I was going? That's a full. I was supposed to be doing this. And I couldn't. I was having a stoner moment there, but it seemed like then I'd go there and it would, I could say, oh, that's not working, but by the time I'd get there, I could kind of fix it, and then I fucking broke it again the same way. Oh, wow. Let's rewind that and play it again. Okay. In slow-mo. Stop action slow-mo. Okay. Get Terry Bradshaw to be like, man, put down the ball. All right, so what? Tons of people play songs they know good. Last call, last time. You know you generalize all the time. I hate to tell you, your slip is showing, and I'd hate to see you walk around not knowing. No, I know I say that I ran away, but we both know how it's just talk. At the end of the day, if the time ever came, who would run away if they knew that they could walk? It was easy, too easy to do. You walk out on me, baby, I'm coming after you. Broken people can't be stopped or saved. We're like hurricanes, a tidal wave. Leave a little mark on you like, oh, so what? So does lipstick around the sidewalk end up a cigarette. But whoa, oh, you know how lately you don't even call me half of the time. Wait, you tell me you will. You know they could bury this town into the cold ground before they'd ever slow down that rumor mill. Just churns and churns out another every other couple down. Till I hear from you, I'm gonna have to listen to what's going around. Yeah. There's nothing in the world I'd rather do than roll around forever in some kind of heaven with you. If there ain't no heaven, no, that'd be alright too. Well, no, it won't be, but what are you gonna do about it? Baby, maybe just call me once in a while when you tell me you will. You know they could bury this town into the cold ground before they'd ever slow down that rumor mill. Lord, no, it just churns and turns out another every another couple down. Till I hear from you, I'm gonna have to listen to what's going around. Yeah. Until I hear from you, I'm going to listen to what's going around, baby, baby, baby. Yeah, all right. Well, it seems like it's going okay. Fuck. Oh, man. Let's see, what else can we talk about, Brian? Should I do some witty anecdotes? Yeah, banter. I should do some banter right now. You know, I'm kind of known for it. Y'all wanna hear something? Let's see. Whew. Boy, I guess I've never really just put myself on the spot like this. I don't think I'll ever be able to talk between songs again. I think I really just vibed myself out pretty bad. Pretty bad. Hey, speaking of pretty bad, Richard Lewis is one of the closest friends I've ever had in my life, and I just do not know what I would do without his friendship and his older brother-like support. And he had to back out of the Larry David show this year because his shoulders had 2 operations on the same shoulder. So I love you, Richard. Funniest motherfucker of all time. You carried that show. No, but that's that's probably the greatest show ever. And Richard, I just love you and thank you on behalf of everyone for amazing work forever. Anything else, Brian? Anything I'm leaving out? That was some banter.
The wall outside.
Oh, good call. If you stop by and drive past the purple building, you'll see a picture of our brother and Aaron Lee Tasjan. He's got a new record comes out this Friday called Tasjan. And it is a beast, man. Check it out. Check it out. Love you, Aaron Lee. I'll never forget Kevin Kinney said, man, there's this new young songwriter and you're gonna hate him. Can I bring him out? And boy, he played a song called Don't it make you just want to take off all your clothes? I knew, man, there was a new troubadour, or, you know, he's a solid brother. So I love you, Aaron Lee. You could lead a police chase to my house. We'd shoot it out, and then I'd ask you what happened. I came up with this groove myself. Well, Roger said he never met a man he didn't like. Wait, let me back up and make sure that I got that right. He might have liked every man he ever met, that's true. But he never said he liked every man that he knew. All right, all right, said I knew a woman with the mightest touch, but I could never get her to touch very much. I met a man of opportunity, he never offered any of it up to me. I met a soldier in a recruit booth, said he'd make a man out of me and stole my youth. I was working for a man that would not stop lying, drove us off a cliff and he called it flying. I said, oh, no, that ain't flying. Yep, no, that ain't flying. I said, that ain't flying. No, that ain't flying. When a wise man flies, he understands that a man has not technically flown until he lands. If you're coming into land and you crash and die, well, all you really did for sure would get too high. You ever get too high? You ever get too high? You ever get too high? It's a yes or no question. Stop jerking me around. toe. You might meet a little fox in an atheist toe. I said, I don't know, but I've been told. I said, I don't know, but I've been told. I said, I don't know, but I've been told. I don't know for sure, no. Somebody told me. I don't know for sure, no. Somebody told me. Yeah. Hey, babe, take a walk on the wild side. It's gonna be cold today in Nashville. I hope you're warm with somebody that you enjoy. Having some good times. Ooh, siren. Okay, all right. Come on. They named that goddamn kiss ass and Handelman Vice President of Human Resources or something, and he stood up, he made a speech about how we would all have to work even harder now. I thought harder now. Harder at what? I will give anything to get up and walk out of here, but I am stuck on the corner of sanity and madness. I'm looking them over, can't see no difference in. They're making money out of paper out of tree. Now we're making so much money we can hardly breathe. You ought to hear the shit that I get from my daughter. She says that she can't stand the side of the car I bought her. It's gonna ruin her life forever. She can't ride no rag top. Her and the mother spend my money pretty much non-stop. They're trying to break us for the sake of this neighborhood. They need everybody up and down the street to think we're doing good. We're stuck on the corner of sanity and madness, looking them over, can't see no difference. We're making money out of paper out of tree law. We're making so much money we can hardly breathe. I didn't even want to study economics. My parents made me. They said it would be practical. I can't make my kid do a goddamn thing I tell him to. That kid's an unrepentant radical. He is as unimpressed by these plaques in my cubicle as I'm secretly impressed with his ability to look at everything so completely irresponsibly. I'm stuck on the corner, sanity and madness, looking them over, can't see no difference. Making money out of paper out of tree. We're making so much money. I say we're making so much money. I say we're making so much money we can hardly breathe. Yeah, all right, thank you. All right. Take it easy. Really, I'm having a good time. I'm gonna miss you for a little bit, but it'll be good to reload. We're gonna be back with a vengeance in March. We have that record. What else am I forgetting to tell all the fine people, Bri? This is my hard-working American song I was really proud of. I don't know if proud, just that sounds like a, you know, like how, I don't know, sometimes like a Texan will kick your ass because he's proud. I mean, like, pleased. This might be my favorite hard-working American song. Did I come down here one last time? few times. A few times after that, well, that was just for old time's sake. And I know I've come here a few times for no good reason at all. This time I swear that, well, I'm just down here by mistake, ascending into madness. Rest in chaos, my old friend. May you send. I sang you my song and then another song, not knowing that if I gave you a choice, you would make it. It would hit me just like I was dying, they said, but it was worse. I was able to take it, ascending into madness. Rest in chaos, my old friend. May you ascend. They've been around this block a few times, more than you have. A few times, more than we all had way back before it was even paid. They say that upon the sea of hypocrisy will show. They show just another way, ascending into madness. Rest in chaos, my old friend. May you ascend. Stop. You always knew that I understood. You knew I'd say what I said. Had I known it would go the way it would, I would have said this instead. Sail on, my friend. Sail on in to a new horizon. If you can't play that same old song again, I say, sail on. Let's just say you broke a string and we can raise a toast to your health. You don't have to play or sing for anyone else but yourself. Sail on, sail on, my friend. Sail on in to a new horizon. If you can't play that same old song again, I say, hey, sail on. All right. Break a leg in paradise, save a place for me. Well, I don't know from good advice, so I'll just see you when I see you. Sail on, my friend. Sail on into a new horizon. If you can't play that same old song again, I say, hey, on. There was a time when I was handsome, Lord. There was a time when I had money to burn. There was a time when where I landed, Lord, that was the least of my concern. But it hurts to lean back in these handcuffs. Yes, it's like 9 kinds of shame turned to rage. As a younger man, I might have put up a fight, but I just feel like such a fool at my age. A lot of this trouble just finds me. Don't seem to matter which way I turn. How do you know when it's too late? How do you know when it's too late? How do you know when it's too late to learn? You know the number one symptom of heart disease, the number one symptom of heart disease is sudden death. It's like time stands still forever on you till it starts shaking around. Lord, it starts shaking around like some crazy old hooker on meth. And you know me, I can't take too much preaching. I don't like it on Sunday or no other day. But I feel like I ought to be praying or something, and I have no idea what you say. I see a lot of my troubles, they just find me, yeah. Most of these troubles, oh, I know I earn. How do you know when it's too late? How do you know if it's too late? How do you know? Well, it's too late to learn. I've learned nothing out here after all my years on this highway, but I tell you, I have been passed by, and I have passed by more than my share of cars. And I do remember back in my younger days when I was so certain that driving even faster was what it was gonna get me far. There was nothing left for me to learn here. Nope, there's just this half full or a half empty cup. I figure less than an ounce of possession shit. I could do that kind of time standing out. A lot of my troubles, they just find me, Lord. Don't seem to matter which way I turn. How do you know it's too late? How do you know if it's too late? How do you know if it's too late? You don't. Yeah. Oh, thank you guys so much for tuning in and helping us get through this year and helping us make up for that lost touring. We're really looking forward to touring with Jamie Lynn Wilson. She's just one of my favorite young troubadours, and I was really looking forward to that. And just looking forward to seeing y'all and getting back out there. I miss just being someplace else all the time. I'm going to leave you with this song. I felt like if I really, I was in that jam band for a while, and I learned a lot about a different way of music than I had understood it before. I really felt like, in my opinion, I think the most profound thing, and just in my life that I've seen music do, is get people to dance. And when I was a kid, I sort of frowned upon music that seemed like it was just designed to make people dance. And then the older I got, the more I started to see the wisdom in dancing, And young people, they dance for a different reason. Young people sometimes dance to be noticed, or and then when you get old, it's an act of freedom, of letting everyone around you know that you don't give a shit that what they think, really, and not in a negative way, but it's more of you dance with your maker and a form of gratitude and letting go. It's not so much about attracting people. It becomes heavier the sillier it gets. And I noticed John Prine, who loved to dance, but never did it at his shows ever. And then on that last tour, he'd beaten cancer for a second time, and COVID or no COVID, I know he wasn't sure where he was at with time. And for every show I'd ever played with him, the show ended with him playing Paradise, and I would get to go play it with him. And then, but whether or not I was there or not, he would always end with Paradise, and then he'd walk off. He'd walk out and he'd wave at everyone, and then he would walk off. And on that last tour, he ended the shows with a song called Lake Marie, and instead of walking off, he danced off, and not in a it was more like a teenager or a hippie or he really let it all hang out, flailing, turned around and stuck his butt to the crowd and shook it around like George Michael. And I remember thinking of it as like his last poem, it felt very Alan Wattsian to me. And I remember, I couldn't tell, I just remember the first time I saw it just being, I still think about it a lot. I still think about what that gesture meant. And anyway, so with tons of further ado, I'm going to play you this song I call Handsome John. The other thing is Handsome John was the nickname he gave himself, which I always thought was great. And he would check in either under Jimmy Rule or Handsome John. And he also had a drink that was vodka and ginger ale, and he called that a Handsome John. And everywhere we'd go, he would order it as if they should know, and then explain it to them. Boy, here they come again. Here they come again. All right, so this is going to be the last song. as well as I tell everyone I did. Hell, he was nearly 50 and I was only a kid, but even way back in those missing years when he was still just catching on, there was nobody better than the handsome John. Oh boy, look no further for your real McCoy. Here come the singing mailman from Maywood, Illinois. Oh, boy. You know, the next time I saw him, he walked off to paradise. Any way that I would say that I still take for advice, for with a plain spoken word and a simple melody, you could see this world with dignity. Oh boy, look no further for your real McCoy. Here come the singing mailman from Maywood, Illinois. Oh boy. The last time I ever saw him, he danced off to Lake Marie. I realized that I was crying out in tears of victory, for with a few still missing and a new one coming on, there was still nobody better than handsome John. Oh boy, look no further for your real McCoy. Here comes the singing mailman from Maywood, Illinois. They're singing, oh boy, oh boy, oh. Y'all, thank you for letting me into your house again on this Sunday, and I will see you in 4 weeks' time. Meet you back here. Seacrest totally out, dog. Well, take your time. Tell me slow. Should I stay? When we both know you thought you knew what I was just about to say, and you did not know, but you always think you do. Let me tell you something, baby. I've been looking back over my shoulders. It's not you that I've got to blame. If I could do all this all over, I would do nothing the same. Seemed like the right thing at the time. Yeah, it must have seemed like the right thing at the time. Oh, well, I try to remember that helps me forget. The older I get, oh, yeah. The older I get, the more I worry that the more I worry, the older I'm gonna get, and yet I still worry about that. Ain't that about a son of a bitch, I tell you. Some guys can't take no for an answer. Some guys can't take yes for an answer. I don't know how I ended up here this evening, but if I had to guess, I suppose I would give this for an answer. Seemed like the right thing at the time, baby. It seemed like the right thing at the time, yeah. Oh, 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 I tried to find some kind of way that I can cope. I try to admit to myself, yeah, I try to admit myself that it ain't so much the despair that gets me as it is the hope. My God, it's always hope. I tell you, when I found myself in possession of these car keys, I just naturally assumed that I could drive. Ooh-wee. Seemed like the right thing at the time, baby. Lord, it seemed like the right thing at the time. Oh, 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 you know what I want to try? Where's that one? Side shows along the twilight zone. Only a crowd can get you feel so alone. And it really hit home with the booze and the pills and powders. You choose your medicine. Well, here's another goodbye to another good friend. After all is said and done, gonna move while it's still fun. Let me walk before they make me run. After all is said and done, I'm gonna move while it's still fun. I'm gonna walk before they make me run. Watch my taillights fading. There ain't a dry eye in the house. They're laughing and singing. Started dancing and drinking as I left town. I'm gonna find my way to heaven because I did my term in hell. Yeah, I wasn't looking too good, but I was feeling really well. After all is said and done, I'm gonna move while it's still fun. So let us walk before they make us just run. After all is said and done, I'm gonna move while it's still fine. For let me walk before they make me run. I'm gonna walk before they make me run. Yeah. I'm gonna play one more, and then we're gonna wish you a happy week. And like I said, we'll see you the first week of March. And at that time, songs are gonna start dropping out, right? Can dig. Really excited to get back out there on the road. I haven't been in one town this long since '94. And at first I enjoyed it, but I'm ready to get back out on the road and get out on something to do street and buy myself a fucking dream catcher. It's been forever. Well, if we never get together again, please forgive me for all of these fools I've been. See if you can remember me when I was listening to my better angel. Just see if you can remember me when I was listening. It's like a force of nature is coming over me. Well, I can't keep myself from moving. I can't like a force of nature, like a force of nature. May your hopes always outweigh doubts until this old world finally punches you out. May you always play your music loud enough to wake up all of your neighbors. Or may you play at least loud enough to always wake yourself up. It's like a force of nature is coming over me. Well, I can't keep myself from moving. I can't keep from moving like a force of nature. It's like a force of nature. Like a force of nature. Like a force of nature. Y'all, thank you for coming out again on this Sunday, helping us keep our ship afloat. Look forward to coming and seeing you. Right on. Go Titans. We're going to win the Super Bowl.